David Crystal, How Language Works, How Babies Babble, Words Change Meaning, and Languages Live or Die. Embark on an illuminating journey into the world of language with David Crystal's book, How Language Works, How Babies Babble, Words Change Meaning, and Languages Live or Die. This summary delves deeper into the core essence of language as an organized system of communication, exploring its productivity and duality of structure. Unveil the fascinating aspects of human linguistic abilities, from the early learning of language in babies to the ever-evolving nature of language, and how language families provide valuable insights into the history of humankind. This summary will enhance your understanding of the vibrant and dynamic world of speech, writing, and multilingualism that shapes our human identity and cultural heritage.
The essence of language. Language is defined as an ordered system of communication characterized by productivity and duality of structure. The term productivity implies that a language can be utilized to express an infinite number of ideas by building upon it. For instance, a sentence can be created using the word and repeated to different extents. The components of language are words, phrases, and sentences, which when combined, can form new words that express new notions and concepts. The duality of structure, on the other hand, categorizes language into two types, consisting of the meaningful elements of individual words and the distinct but meaningless elements of individual sounds. For example, the letters G, E, and T have no sense individually, but when fused, they create a word with a clear meaning. This duality of structure is unique to human language and allows us to communicate efficiently and convey complex thoughts and ideas. The evolution of language. Language is primarily expressed through speech and writing. Speech is considered primary and the human body has evolved to recognize speech patterns. Writing and reading are learned skills that our bodies have not evolved to suit. Historically, speech was looked down upon, but today spoken and written languages are viewed as equal forms. Writing is more formal and permanent, while speech is dynamic and spontaneous. Language development in children. Language acquisition in children is a complex process whereby fundamental rules are established at an early age and continually developed throughout life. From birth, babies learn to recognize and produce an extensive set of sounds as they develop cognitive and hearing skills. Parents play a vital role in this process by responding to their baby's cues and using different tones to help the baby distinguish between sounds. As the baby grows, their speech and language skills continue to develop, and they can recognize more words than they can produce. While most linguistic skills develop rapidly over the first few years of life, acquiring intonation skills seems to be a more extended process. Even young teenagers often struggle with understanding the full meaning behind a statement. However, by continually building upon the fundamental rules learned at a young age, individuals can ultimately develop complex language skills. The process of language development is essential in enabling individuals to communicate with others in a coherent manner. Evolution of language. Language is not fixed, but evolves constantly due to practical, social, and distance factors. Its origins are debatable, but what is clear is that it has been changing since its inception. New words are created to describe new objects and ideas, and people mimic the speech of individuals they look up to. As humans explore the world and come into contact with different languages, their own language diverges and borrows words. Understanding language families. Language families are groups of languages that share similarities and provide insight into the earliest days of humankind. By systematically comparing and contrasting different languages, historical linguists can determine how or if they are related and find a potential common source or parent language. English belongs to the Germanic branch of the Indo-European family, which is believed to have been spoken before the year 3000 BC. Despite constant language exchange, there is no single, universal, language, and we continue to be a multilingual species. The power of multilingualism. Language is an essential part of human identity and carries a wealth of information about our cultural backgrounds and values. Multilingualism is, in fact, the norm for most human societies, even in countries that appear largely monolingual. Although achieving fluency in multiple languages is rare, knowledge of foreign languages offers significant benefits, including greater global opportunities and cultural appreciation. Despite the potential challenges, preserving endangered languages is critical to maintain the diversity of human expression. Revitalizing endangered languages. Endangered languages are dying out rapidly, and their extinction can devastate communities' cultural identity and scientific understanding. However, endangered languages can be revitalized through community efforts, as shown by successful initiatives in New Zealand, North America, Japan, and other places. Revitalizing endangered languages requires effort, time, and money, but it preserves deep-rooted traditions and beliefs, boosts pride in one's indigenous cultural identity, and adds a unique color to the diverse palette of humanity.
David Crystal's How Language Works offers a comprehensive understanding of language as a dynamic and constantly evolving system of communication. With its productivity and duality of structure, it is an inherent part of our human identity, social standing, and values. The book emphasizes the significance of language families, as well as the importance of language revitalization and preservation of endangered languages. As you finish this summary, reflect upon the power of language in shaping our world, while acknowledging the multilingual character of human society and the profound influence it has on our lives. Let this exploration of language inspire you to appreciate the complexity, diversity, and beauty of the linguistic landscape that defines our human experience.